What's up? I'm HUGZ, that's Sam. Welcome to HUGZ and Sam. Today we're getting into Death Note episode 25. Things are going absolutely crazy in the world of Death Note.
Yes.
So for the longest time, Light and Misa have been kind of in the dark on what their previous selves had done as Kira and the second Kira. Rem touches Misa with a piece of the Death Note. Misa kind of gets back in that realm, like understands. Whole bunch of stuff goes down. HUGZ gets caught. People have touched the Death Note. Light has a contrived, long thought out plan. Gets Misa to go back and get the original Death Note. Now he's been touched with both. He can see Ryuk and Rem. L, his dad, and a couple others, I think Matsuda, I think all the crew could see them now by the point that we were. They can all see Rem, and Light's crazy again.
Yeah, and
Light's
so the last
back in
thing
that
we saw was
Kira.
They were in that hallway, and I said that I think that looked a little suspicious, the way they were like talking, and they just got to where like Light and Elle got unhandcuffed from each other. So like they feel like they're off the hook because of the added on extra rules that made it seem like the 13-day thing or whatever, or was it 13 days where someone had to be killed every, was it 13 days?
Someone had to, what do you mean, the 2-week period? Where, yeah. Where they had to continue to kill people or
right,
whatever,
and so like it wouldn't have made sense because it was like more than 2 weeks that someone hadn't been killed.
The added
and
rules,
they didn't die.
Fake added rules.
Right.
That was really cool. And the fact that they have to keep killing people.
Right.
Or the person who has the notebook will die.
Yeah, and that's
crazy.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Well, they had the thing of the 13 days or whatever, but I'm saying like now that they have the notebook, they have to keep killing.
Right.
It's not just like the fact of Light was locked up so he would have died. It's the fact that they have to continue now.
Right. So like they think like, oh snap, we're going to have to kill somebody with this Death Note. And like, oh my gosh. And then of course like the thing like you can't destroy it or everyone who's like touched the Death Note or come in contact with the Death Note will die. So that makes it where of course the Death Note stays safe and
it's crazy.
It's so good.
Let's get into it though and see what's going down because I can't even imagine what's going to happen here.
They're probably all like, we already know all of this.
Well, to us it's like it just went 0 to 100 like real quick. But let's jump into it, see what's going on.
A little different looking.
Yeah. Very like abstract.
Yeah. Like the silence and then the bells.
Is this little baby L or something?
It looks like him.
I love that. How it's like the 8mm film. That's so cool. So did this dude become like his caretaker or something?
What's wrong?
Interesting. The corner of the page of this notebook has been torn off. Can you kill someone just by writing their name on a piece? You're finally free to leave headquarters on your own, but it seems like you never go out. Even when Misa comes to visit, you only chat with her for a few minutes outside. You do realize you're free to have a relationship with her now.
That can wait until we've managed to solve this case.
He still suspects him.
What the hell?
Jinx. I love his
That was
eyes
so
through the
weird.
glass. Like that.
It's like a completely different show.
Yeah,
right now, I'm in no position to continue punishing criminals. That's why I need you to punish them for me.
Oh my. I kind of like that crazy Light is back.
Yeah.
Super evil Light. I don't know if it's like the animation looks slightly different, but the style of this is different.
'Cause God is watching your every move. Hold my hand in
straight.
This is freaking awesome.
know that I'll be safe.
This is super like Sweeney Todd. I don't know if y'all are into Sweeney Todd, but
If I forget what you say, then you come to me and tell me again.
There were 16 deaths just yesterday. All of them were broadcast after HUGZ's death.
The Shinigami insisted that it didn't know, but if someone were able to kill him simply by writing a name on a torn piece of the notebook, it's not impossible. But there's that rule. Whoever writes a name in this notebook has to write another name within 13 days. Otherwise they die. Light Yagami and Misa Amane are both still alive. 13 days. That's the only problem.
see, I think I had it mixed up. They said if a person has written a name in the notebook, they have to write another name within 13 days. I thought it's whoever the owner of the notebook is has to write one. So in the beginning, when I was talking about how they have to keep killing, none of them have written a name in the notebook, at least as far as they know. So that cleared him, but they just can't destroy it or they die, right? Is that the rule that was made up? Is
They
they can't
can't
destroy the
it
notebook?
or they'll die.
Everyone who's touched it will die.
Right, everyone who
Okay.
touched it will
See,
die.
I thought what it had said was whoever the owner of the notebook is has to write every 13 days. But Elle just said the last person who's written a name or whatever has to continue writing.
Right.
So I thought they were going to have to keep like writing names in there forcibly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
And
I
don't
kind
think
of
that's
thought
the
that
case.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to put that out there because I was talking about that in the beginning and I think I
Yeah.
was confused on that.
Yeah.
Well, let's get back into it.
What are you thinking, Light Yagami? Making Misa kill again? She'll be caught, and once that happens, you'll also be... So that's what your plan is. You're truly disgusting. And at this point, the only way for me to save Misa is to write Ryuzaki's real name in my notebook.
Oh, snap.
And if I kill Ryuzaki, it would mean that I deliberately lengthened Misa's life.
Yeah.
And I will die as well.
There's no way you would turn your back on her now, after she's already halved her lifespan twice.
He's so
Come on.
evil. I love his eyes just like flame. Wow, the episode's over already? Oh, okay. I was like, because that
I'm
was
like,
like
no
the.
way.
I was like, I felt like 5 minutes. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Dang. All like the different. It's so different. I can't get over it.
What are you doing, Ryuzaki?
Oh, I'm not doing anything in particular. It's just... I hear the bell. The bell? Yes. The sound of the bell has been unusually loud today. It's been ringing non-stop all day. I find it very distracting. I wonder if it's a church, maybe a wedding, or perhaps a...
What are you getting at, Ryuzaki? Come on, cut it out. Let's get back inside.
He's acting so weird. Like, weird for him even being weird.
You know, you're totally right. Honestly, most of the things you say sound like complete nonsense. There'd be no end to my troubles if I actually took you seriously all the time. I probably know that better than anyone.
Tell me, Light, from the moment you were born, has there ever been a point where you've actually told the truth?
Where's this coming from, Ryuzaki? I
love
do
the
admit I
audio
stretch
cut
the
out
truth
there. Like,
here and
that's
there.
so cool.
However, find me one person in this world who's never had to tell a lie. It wouldn't be easy.
Let's go back inside. We're both drenched.
Yeah.
Well, that was certainly an unpleasant outing.
Elle's confidence seems
It's your
really
own
shaken.
fault.
He doesn't seem
I mean,
as
what do you
like
expect?
aggressive.
You're right.
You
Yeah.
know,
Sorry.
it's almost like he's afraid. You know what I mean?
What are you doing?
I thought I might help you out. You were busy wiping yourself off anyway.
Look, it's fine. You don't have to do that.
I can give you a massage as well. It's the least I can do to atone for my sins. I'm actually pretty good at this.
Fine, do what you want. Here, you're still soaked.
I'm sorry.
So It's almost as if he knows that, like, Light is Kira and that he's going
Come
to
on,
die or
let's
something.
go.
You know, like that he's going to kill him.
Seems like it's all working.
You've somehow gotten approval from another country to use the notebook for an execution?
Oh,
What,
snap.
buddy? Excellent work, thank you.
Not at all.
First things first. Please make arrangements to transport the notebook immediately.
So they're proving the rule wrong.
We're very close. If we work this out, the entire case will be solved.
Oh, wow.
What is this? A blackout?
Did Rim do that? Did Rim do that, Lightning? Can she do that?
Hold on, did Rem kill? Oh my god!
I told Watari to make sure that he should erase all information. And we invented something
I have
that happened.
goosebumps all up my face. Oh my god.
The Shinigami.
No! 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 No freaking way! Light had that like crazy smile on his face and then it like drained from him.
Calm down, Light.
We're gonna die! Watari, Ryuzaki, it'll be us next!
Take over for me.
Okay.
Oh my god! He's taking a death now. Just the fact of
something
like
here.
how he snapped into that like freaking out from that evil smile.
But it's weird hearing you say that. You sound like Ryuzaki.
Now he like
He
needs
wins.
the. But he's like in
After
charge
rid
of the.
everything in my way.
He wins! How does the show keep going at this point?
I am the god of the new world.
God. He won! He, like... I was... Okay, so he kills Watari, or Rem did, and I was like, that might actually help solve something of the problem, because that's like the only one that L has to really rely on and like kind of guide him or something, and that messed me up. I had freaking like goosebumps up my face, did not expect it, because I feel like L has been acting weird this whole time. L has been acting weird like this entire episode, right? He's been doing weird stuff like washing his feet or rubbing his feet, and like just he seemed very dejected, defeated. Like I felt like he had accepted that he was gonna die. Like he didn't have that like, I don't know. Like it just felt like he was already okay with game over. Which is weird because they had just found the book, and you would think he would be at like a high.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like, I know people started dying again, but that points more at Misa than anything, and they had a death note in their possession. He was about to prove the rule wrong. Like, why was he acting so defeated? Like, because it just felt like he wasn't himself. And the craziest thing, okay, is the like wry smile that just slowly builds on Light.
Yeah.
While he's looking over Elle. And at first I thought it was just like a gambit. You know, like Elle was just faking. At first when he like went to fall or whatever, just to maybe see what the reaction was.
Yeah.
But what
Because that was my thought. Because like whenever he like Light was like looking at him and it was like
he just had his eyes open, yeah.
Thing, I was like, is he just like kidding, you know?
Yeah. Well, I didn't think he was kidding, but I was like, is he testing him? You know?
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, is he testing?
It's just a prank, bro. It's
And then we saw like Rem like freaking like a pile of dust.
And that's freaking crazy.
Whenever I was like, oh my
you ever feel like so much stuff happens, you're just like numb? Like, Watari getting killed, like, messed me up right away. And then Elle and Rem, and I'm just like, I'm in this zone where I'm just like...
The more I think about it, the more like messed up I am. Because it's like, I
just,
want to know, like, the whole, like, flashback and stuff to him as a kid. And, like, the crying. And then, like, the way he was acting. And, like, the thing that he mentioned, the bell, which was, like, a flashback in the very beginning. And... It's like, I want to know more about that story because just thinking about, like, there was some type of sadness there.
I feel
and
like
there was
his parents died and Watari took him in.
There was something that
That's what I
happened that was sad, and we really didn't hear about that part of his life. Like, we don't know a whole lot about, like, stuff he's been through and stuff.
I don't even know his name.
And, yeah. And so for, like, the last thing that he looked at was like Light looking at him like that messes me up
with that smile on his face.
Yeah. And I was just like,
and then Light flips a switch, still no pun intended, I say light and dark, Light flips a switch, but like into that crazy, we're all gonna die, like
how can he do
insane.
that? Like,
my question here though is,
because I feel like whenever the whole, like, feet, like, rub thing was going on, I felt like Light was like, oh my gosh, like, feeling a little bit of remorse.
I thought when he originally, like, okay, so he does the smile, he's got the crazy smile, and then it kind of, like, when Elle closes his eyes, it goes into, like, a little bit of a frown, which then we see he does the crazy we're all gonna die thing. But for a second, I was like, wow, did he, like, is he actually sad?
Does he feel bad?
Because, like, you gotta think about it. There's so much that I got going on in my mind right now, but a big one is Elle looked at him as, like, his only friend. You know what I mean? Like, he asked him to carry on as him when he dies. And it's like, see, I don't know. Because I'm looking at, you gotta break down Light in two different versions. There was the non-Kira Light, which I feel like really did have an attachment to Ryuzaki.
Yeah.
But then you have, now he's back in that crazy murderous mindset. I really don't know if he has any remorse or resentment at all. I think he's just insane.
I just don't know how it can continue.
Rem's gone, which was a big obstacle for him because of Misa. Okay? Elle's gone, and Watari is gone. So the only people that were in his way are gone. Everybody else is going to be a follower to him. When he goes on this, I don't even know, like, where does the case go from here? The only other person that's in play that he could kill to just make sure he's 100% clear is if he kills Misa. Because I wonder if Misa's going to lose it that he got Rem to kill herself.
If Misa dies, like, I don't think I can handle that.
But really, where else can they go from here? If this was episode 25, there's like 37 episodes. And Elle's gone. Unless Elle's not really gone.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, I mean, he has to be, though, because Rem.
But is there a way he can come back? If there's the ways that they can die like that, is there a way he can come back?
No.
We don't know.
I don't know. When someone's dead, they're dead.
I don't know that. I just don't see it going 12 more episodes And we just started kind of unpeeling the onion that is L. Like, the only other person I could see him having to go after would be Misa. I don't think he would kill his dad. Who else is out there? What? Unless the next 12 episodes are just him killing villains endlessly. He's won at this point.
Yeah. Killing villains, I think, would be boring for the rest
12 episodes of killing villains and gloating about how he's won because that's just how Light is. He'd be like, I'm the god of the new world. You know, like...
Yeah. No, I mean, we definitely are going to have to learn more about those flashbacks from Elle and Elle's life.
But how is that going to affect the future of the story is what I'm wondering.
I feel like
there's...
there was, like, a lot of people in those flashbacks. Like, there was, like, a second boy. And then there was... The old man that he was holding hands with was...
Yeah.
So, like...
Which I got a very, like, Bruce Wayne, Alfred type of feel. You know, which originally... What I was going to get into at the end of the episode before, you know, they ended up dying... was I had the series, I was like, oh, is this going to be like kind of like a Bruce Wayne, like Alfred thing where like maybe, and not to say Alfred was Batman before Batman was, but like was Watari like the original amazing investigator that Elle took his like footprints from, and then I was like, oh, if they kill Elle, then Watari's going to like avenge him, or...
I feel like there's like someone connected to them that's gonna step in and like kind of avenge their death kind of thing, or I don't know. I mean,
this whole episode was different than anything else we've seen. It was way more cinematic. There was a lot more like non-verbal communication. I think Helena, whatever. I don't know how to say the
Helena
Yulaki or whatever. Said there was a new director for the show, but if this is like at this point, then I understand, because this is way more cinematic, way more non-verbal communication. The, like you even pointed out, the music's different. The audio cue's totally different than they usually are. I love when the rain is falling and it just drops to silence while they're like having that conversation.
Yeah.
And then the rain comes back. My favorite part of this episode, maybe my favorite part of the entire show, is the musical moment with Misa and all of the killings.
Oh, really?
That was so unique, so like
creepy.
Just, it was creepy, but it was also like really cool. And like it had a beauty to it that a lot of the other killings don't have. They're very, especially because it's like heart attacks and they're criminals, and
well, it added to like that whole like, oh, sweet innocent girl is the one who's doing the killings. Nobody suspects her because she's so cute and innocent. Like,
it just, I don't know, it added something to just different to the mindless killings. You know what I mean? Like it gave it some sort of flow and understanding, because if you look at the Notebook, where the deaths and like the idea of a song, like it has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Like the story will have a beginning, middle, and end. It has a flow, a progression. And I don't know, something about that spoke to me, and the way that they added in sequences with like them falling to the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like that was so cool.
And I love how they added in rain. Like they used rain as like the overall like feel of sadness, you know. And I think that's why it's so important for me to learn more about Elle's background and his past, because there's a lot of sadness there. There's a lot of tears shed,
non-verbal cues, rain, bells, the music.
And it's like, and he didn't say funeral. He said wedding, or you know, but he didn't say funeral.
But it looked like a funeral with them holding hands up.
Exactly, and that's when it, like, that's what it looked like he was doing whenever they were, you know, looking at the bells. He was like attending a funeral, and then the tears, and I just love that use of rain and him standing out on that roof with the rain, and and then the use of like the raindrops falling from the hair, and it's just so beautiful. It was beautiful.
All three die in one episode?
Beautiful. I don't know, but like my heart is really like it's hard to explain how I feel. Like I'm trying to like compose myself.
I'm kind of
a mess.
I'm kind of stoked. I like the idea of Light winning.
Elle. Like I loved Elle. And this last episode, just like the first opening parts of that, made me love him even more because I know that he's got something more to him. And then Rem, of course, I love Rem, and she's gone now.
Rem is probably the one that makes me the most sad that has died. But we kind of knew that had to happen. We knew Light was using Misa as a pawn too much. He had too much sway over her, and we knew that eventually
I knew Rem was going to die.
Get put in that
thought
position.
Rem was going to die episodes ago.
I had a couple different things. I've said this forever ago. I said either Light has to die or Elle has to die. And what makes sense for the story would be at the end.
Yeah.
At the end of the show. But we have 12 more episodes. So now I'm like, they killed them. They killed off Rem. I'm like, the fact that messes me up the most is that all of them died in this one episode in like 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Because it'd be like, okay, Rem dies saving Misa. Okay? In some situation that doesn't kill anyone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then later on down the line, like, Light's got to outsmart. Like, I'm just expecting this to be a cat and mouse to the very end. Last episode, we see who finally comes out on top.
Right.
That's what I've been expecting this entire time, was that we got to wait till the final episode to see who finally just kind of flips the switch, because they've been so back and forth. They've really been going at it. And that's what messed me up so much about the fact that I really felt like Elle wasn't there in this episode. You know what I mean? Like, I just felt like it wasn't that same back and forth. It's just been a huge wave in Light's favor ever since he got the notebook back. He's had this huge surge of confidence. He feels like even more evil and maniacal than he was before.
It's like he doesn't even care. I feel like he cared a little bit. I feel like he cared.
I don't know if he did.
Slightly for like a, yeah. But
That's
it's like
got me a little. I don't know. I don't know if that was just part of it, or if that was like,
I mean,
a
like,
crack.
I know, like, he had to have, like, a certain phase because there were a lot of people around him and everything. Oh, man.
I just don't know where it goes from here, and that's what messes me up the most, is what I was expecting has all been completely thrown out the window now, unless, I know people will be like, well, nobody else has come back in the whole show, so of course when they die, they die. The only thing I can think of is there's some way that Elle's not dead.
He's got to be dead.
I understand that.
So, like,
but, like,
he could not be dead. And what's the grandpa's name? Oh,
Watari.
OG Watari?
Yeah.
Okay.
Watari.
Okay, I can never say
I
his
say
name.
Watari or Wario.
I can never say his name right. But anyway, OG Grandpa, he died.
And erased everything. And I wonder if
Rem died killing him instead of Elle. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the way she was
But then why would he even know to do that? You know, like, to pretend to die then, if he was pretending. Plus, he can't just lay there forever pretending to be dead. Like, they would know, like... You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if he's still breathing, like, in a minute when he has to breathe again, you know, even
I
if
just think that we're just, like, overthinking it. I think he's just dead. And it just sucks.
Well, like I said, I said it's most likely not going to occur that he comes back or that he's not dead.
But I'm just saying, like,
to reconcile with myself to what I expected from the show. That's what I have to believe right now until I see where the show's going from here.
I feel like, you know, in order to keep going, they're going to have to introduce new characters. I feel like it's too late in the show to introduce new characters because I'm like, they have to introduce, like, somebody else to come in and, like, lead the investigation. Even though Light's going to be leading the investigation now, I feel like there's got to be someone else that comes in to make it more interesting, but
I'm trying to
it's
think
too
back
late
of the whole
to
show.
introduce people. Like,
I'm trying to think back of the whole show, and I'm like, was there any little instance of, like, somebody we saw that was, like, working with them, or... Because, you know, there's always that one thing that, like, is a throwback, and I can't think of anybody that could just, like, appear again.
Yeah, because, like, everyone's dead. Like, that Naomi lady, I was like, you know, she's
the entire
dead.
show has been cat and mouse, and now...
There's just a cat.
Yeah, or a mouse. I don't know which one was which.
Whichever one is which.
There's only one left.
I know that flashback, though, with Elle, Elle, there was a second boy, right, that was crying?
I didn't know if that was, like...
If it was both him?
Yeah,
okay.
I wasn't sure.
I thought that there was two boys there, so I'm like, does Elle have a brother?
Like a twin or something? Or just a brother?
Because also whenever they were standing there outside the church with the bell, it only showed from here up. It just showed his hair. Like, it didn't, like, I mean, we know it was Elle just because of the hair, but, like, you know?
I don't know. We got a lot to think about. We got another episode to watch. Let us know what you thought in the comment section down below. Like it if you did. Sub if you don't already. Shout out to our patrons watching the full and early reactions up on Patreon. We'll be back with more videos soon. We love you guys. Bye.